Oh man, where do I start? Okay, so this is your boy Mekel This lady who, but she ain't trying to be involved in this situation, but she just watched all this shit with me. Okay, so I saw Spawn Wave's original video where he said these Nintendo Switch adapters are actually cheap knockoffs. He's talking about the SwitchCon one and the SFANS one, right? So he did a review of them. He originally liked it, and then he turned around and got this holier than thou. Someone made him an authoritative, investigative person, and he had to expose it. He felt in his deepest of deepest hearts that it was his responsibility to inform the people of the knockoff. Okay. That's his prerogative. Okay. Then, because of his video, he stirred up all this shit, right? A lot of it got thrown at Blunty, and Blunty made a lot of good points. I mean, am I right or am I wrong?
You're right.
You know, he made a lot of good points that it did what it said it did. You know, people need to believe what they want to believe, make their own fucking decision, basically. You know, think for themselves. But see, here's the problem: is we live in an age where it's a digital age, right? Cool, advances in technology. We're advancing in technology, but as a species, we are regressing to the point where we don't want to figure things out for ourselves. We want somebody to tell us how to think, how to feel, how to respond, and what to do. Someone puts up a video, like Spawn Wave did, and Spawn Wave, this is not shots fired at you. This is me clapping back at the nonsense. This is the shots fired at the nonsense, not at you, but at the nonsense. Because here's the thing: when you are in a position where you know you have influence over people, and people, there are people that think for themselves, there are people that are sheep. It's always been like that in history. There's always been people that follow. There's leaders and followers. And if you know you're in a position to influence masses of people, that type of responsibility that you have, or that power that you have, there is a responsibility that comes with it to know when you should and should not do and say certain things. Looking at your title for your video, yeah, we out in the streets. Y'all hear the motorcycle right there. He's about to make that right. Anyway, when the title of your video alone, many could say it's a clickbait title. It's kind of like John Rednicker talking about the essay was a mistake. 2 months later, blah, 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 blah. It's a clickbait title because it gets people to see that. First thing they're going to do is say the Nintendo Switch adapters are actually cheap knockoffs. Then they need to go to your video to see what you're going to say. It's marketing. Kudos to you for doing it. But then, you know how the internet is. People are fucking idiots. A lot of them. And they're gonna do and say things and leap out at people for no reason, right? Case in point, I got people saying that I suck at tech and I should never play because of one video. That's what it is. That's how people are. But because of your video, people like Blunty, Luis Almireto, however you say his last name, and others have gotten severe flack from the internet, from the trolls, from your fans, and from other people that just take anything and they feel like they need to respond, they need to get angry because you felt some kind of way. They feel they need to feel some kind of way, And that Blunty had every right to clap back at you. and at them. When he said to the people, "Fuck you," I don't blame. We laughed. I thought it was funny. It was smooth, and it's true. Fuck you to the people that don't want to think for themselves and they want to be trolls. They want to be sheep, and they want somebody to tell them how to think, feel, and respond to things. You had that power to present this in an informative way of saying, hey, the boards on these devices are the same. Maybe they're coming from the same, company. But we all know most products coming from China are cheap knockoffs of something else. And most of these major companies are getting things from China, from the Philippines, from wherever. There's cheap cost, and the labor is cheap too. There's nothing fucking new about this. So I'm lost as to why you're feeling some kind of way about it. The product does what it says it does. You don't feel the price is justified, but hey, newsflash, you didn't fucking pay for it. You got it for free to review. You felt some kind of way? Okay, you did. You said what you said. And then after Blunty's video, which was sharp, Blunty, if you see, I see you, man. That was a great video. After his video, you come back and rebuttal by saying that you took the, 8, 9 hours?
9.
9 hours before you threw up your video. You sent them email after email. If you're constantly spamming a company, of course they're going to think you're spam. I wouldn't respond to anyone that's emailing me that many times. It just didn't make sense, man. And I'm a subscriber of your channel, man. I don't understand. I gotta ask you this. And this can go out to any other YouTuber or any other journalist or whatever. Who the fuck made you in charge of or gave you this authoritative mentality that you have to go out and inform the masses, you have to go out and do this? Who the fuck told you to do this? Who? And that's not just aimed at you, that's aimed at any YouTuber that feels like they have to do these things. They have to say this, they have to react to this. No one is making you do a goddamn thing. There's no fucking gun pointed to your head telling you, oh, you gotta do this. No. Nobody's fucking making you do this. And then in your rebuttal, you're also saying that you never said Kickstarter. You said Indiegogo? Bro, I just watched your video and you said Kickstarter. I think we lost count of time. How many times you said Kickstarter? So not only on that, as a viewer looking at this objectively, you contradicted yourself. 1. And 2, you lost my trust on a lot of things that now it makes me want, if you put out anything else, I gotta make sure that I'm paying full attention, because maybe in another video you're contradicting yourself. You just backpedaled on everything. You, in essence, ClapBacked at yourself. And it's big. It's foot and mouth syndrome, man. I'm not saying I'm not gonna be subscribed. I'm not saying I'm gonna unsubscribe from your channel, but on the real, Small Wave, like Blunty said, man, you should have did your investigative. Since you feel you need to investigate, you should have did way more work before you just threw up a video and got 34,154 views, 2,276 likes, and 124. Actually, no, 125 because I just gave you a thumbs down dislike. Going forward, man, I hope you learn from this. And I hope you don't make this fucking mistake again, because I'd be lying if I said I didn't lose some respect for you and your investigative journalism, because, you know, Blunty kind of showed it, and then both your videos contradicted one another. The initial one, and then your rebuttal to Blunty's video, which you threw up probably, I guess. It's just, I lost respect for you. Some, I'm not saying all respect, but anything you say going forward, I'm gonna have to. I mean, right now, I'm not gonna say you on Stone Fox Media level of bullshit and hypocrisy. But we all know Stone Fox Media is a fucking idiot. But and that shot's fired. But I did lose some respect for you, man. And if anything else, man, just please, please, please do more of your research. Wait until you hear from these companies versus throwing a video up and getting all these views, and then we go from there. That's all I'm asking as a fan of yours. Like I said, I'm not clapping back at you. I'm clapping back at the bullshit and the silliness of this whole situation. So that's my thoughts. As far as the fans and the people, the internet, the trolls, the fucking idiots, I'm gonna quote the Hodge twins. You know how they say, do whatever the fuck you want to do? Do whatever the fuck you want to do, and think for your own goddamn self. Mekelkasanova, man, I'm out. Deuces wild.